All right, hopefully we do better with a take two. I hope everybody can hear me. All right, hopefully we do better with a take two. I hope everybody can hear me. So I'm just trying to figure out how to get back into the comments because for some reason, sorry guys, there's just really not a way to figure this out without it being live stream. It's not really newbie friendly. So I'm just trying to figure out how to get back into the comments because for some reason. So if you hear that echo, that's because I'm trying to run this off my iPad at the same time so I can see if you're saying anything and engage with you guys as I'm playing the game. So I can't seem to see any comments and I'm going to assume that there aren't any and that's what it is. So if you are here, if you could drop a comment, that would be super helpful. If you're not, that's also fine. We're just going to play some WoW and do some gold making. It's not going to be anything fancy today. This is just me learning how to stream and getting a chance to actually interact with you in a one-on-one sort of basis. So there appears to be a delay. I don't know why between what I'm doing and when you guys are getting it. So hopefully the voice overlay, even though it is delayed, hopefully the voice overlay still lines up with what's going on the screen. There appears to be a significant lag between what I'm seeing on the creator dashboard and what I'm seeing on the iPad. So hopefully it's not too bad of an experience for you guys. Thanks for staying with me with this while we're trying to figure it out. I'm just hopeful that it will be another way to get to know you all. So I'm just going to open the mailbox. I haven't logged on today. So I'm just going to open the mailbox and see what did and didn't sell and relist a couple of things before we go off and do some other gold making things for today. It's just going to be some basic stuff. You can tell that my gold is way down at the moment, and that's because I've been spending a lot of it on stockpiling things, and I can show you that if anybody has any questions about that. I've mentioned it in other videos, and some of those might still be in the members only videos where I'm showing you what I'm stockpiling, but we can have a chat about that if anybody's got any questions.
I have an extended supply of goods for
So I had to delete WoW because for some reason it just wasn't working. When I turned on WoW, the internet just killed itself. It didn't do very well at all. It's working now, and hopefully I don't get in trouble for using the snuffed it word on YouTube. We'll find out. We'll find out if I get demonetized. I don't really understand a whole lot about the rules now. A lot of this is just me fumbling my way through it. This has been my entire YouTube experience with WoW and with gold making in general. I know somebody mentioned that I could do this through the selling tab, and I've been trying to do that, but I new things scare me. So, you know, it's probably just that, but I've got to change the setting there because I want it to be for 12 hours. It was set up before I had to wipe WoW and do it again, so it's a little bit frustrating, but it's not too bad. Has anybody else been having trouble with WoW hogging your bandwidth? I got it fixed, but it seems like it's been a thing a lot of people are struggling with. I've had a couple of people in my guild mention it in terms of just finding it hard to run the game at all. Feel free to comment if you guys want to chat, or if you just want to listen to me ramble, you can do that too. I have, hopefully this is all working the way it's supposed to, but it may not be. So I suppose we'll find out when I get off the stream. I'm hopeful that the iPad will show me if anybody makes a comment, but I will log in and out of WoW, tab out, just to see if it's missing anything on the YouTube channel. So what are you guys up to on WoW today? Is anybody doing anything interesting? I know season 2 is coming out soon, so there's probably a little bit of a desperate dash to get things done that will be disappearing when season 2 comes out. Or are you just having like a chill day? I should really just change this setting instead of clicking it every time. I'm a slow learner, guys. So I'm just going to run the auctionator full scan, and then I'll have a look at my enchants to see if anything there is worth selling, like if what it is that's worth making with concentration today, or if there's anything worth making at a silver level. Worth selling, like if what it is that's worth sorry guys, making with concentration today. Another way to run this except off my iPad, but it doesn't seem to be. Does anybody else run these kinds of streams? Like do any of the viewers watching this have any experience with how to make the chat run on the screen while I'm playing WoW, instead of me having to tab in and out, or have the iPad and hope that the comments come up there, have the iPad open? Just so, yeah, if anybody's got any tips, I'm totally open to that. You've probably noticed I'm not overly confident doing this. So we'll go and look at the enchants. You're getting a good look at the chaotic brain I have before I go through and edit these videos for removing a lot of my ums and just my squirrel brain in general. I tend to go off on tangents all on my own without any help. It's very easy to distract me. I can be doing 50 things at once in my brain and finishing nothing. Doesn't look like any of the low level ones. Like that's alright, but with the price of things going up, with the storm dust going up, at the moment it's 10 gold, and that's not so bad, but not too long ago you could buy the silver level for 10 gold. And I find when I use the silver level ones, I get back more in terms of the resourcefulness, like better quality things. But I don't think 19 gold, especially because this doesn't factor in the auction house cut, 19 gold really isn't worth using those resources on. So I'm looking for anything that's going to make above 100 gold profit. Otherwise I'm not really going to bother with it. I'll have a look at the stuff I can make with the concentration in a minute. But these silver level ones, sometimes they sell for a lot. Yesterday I was doing the cursed versatility and the cursed mastery. They were selling for 300 gold and 400 gold profit. They're not today. I don't know why it fluctuates so drastically. I think people must buy out the auction house and then set a price and then run it at that. So I think that's probably what's happening. That would be my best guess in any case. So I don't have a whole lot of concentration, but we'll see what we can make. So just checking the ones that usually make a lot of gold. Sometimes this can make like a massive amount of profit, this one. It's really hit and miss. The Wing's Grace always does well. So I'm going to use Shatter Essence before I use the concentration. And I'll just quickly show you in there it is. It just increases my resourcefulness, ingenuity, and you can go down the multi-craft path. You can see I started that. I regret it. I wouldn't do it now going forward. But you can see here I've got some points, and I will put that into resourcefulness because ingenuity is already all the way up. So the next best thing is getting back materials when I don't get the refund. Sometimes you get both, like it does happen, but not always. So I've got the shatter on, and it did increase. I didn't think about doing the shatter after I put the buff on, but it worked anyway, so it's fine. So we'll just go and make this, and the craft sim will tell us if we got a refund or not. So we didn't, but we did save almost 500 gold on resources, which means I'm going to make a lot more profit on this formula than I would have without it. So it's definitely worth speccing into that.
My directive is to serve you.
Oh, that was quick. It's already sold. All right. So there's not a whole lot on the auction house in terms of sitting. I'm still waiting for these to go up. They have crawled up quite a bit. They were 140 gold, 150 gold on my server. They did go as high as 208, I think, but I still think there's time. The Titan panel gets in the way of me clicking on the calendar. But I still think there's time between now and the Dark Moon Fair. I reckon maybe Wednesday we'll see a peak. I could be wrong, but that's usually what happens. There is a lot of other content going on at the moment, and that might impact how people feel about it. But I'm pretty confident it will go up. So I'm just going to go check my patron orders to see if there's any way to increase my skill level and if I can make any free gold, especially why I've got this resource buff on. Some good driving there. You can see how good I am driving on that dragon riding. it's not a skill set I really do very well with. So we'll see if there's any patron orders that are worth filling. Sometimes you can make some gold on it, and you can see here that all of my super fun settings have changed. It's not actually giving me the option to turn that on. Normally it's right there. Hang on. So we get to see my struggle after having to delete everything. There it is, average profit. After having to delete WoW and start again because it was just eating my internet. I've got it fixed now. It turns out my laptop had a setting on it essentially that was supposed to optimize gameplay because it's a gaming laptop. But what actually happened was the gameplay, it was not optimizing. It was just making it deadlock itself, and that was a real nightmare. Took almost a whole day to figure out what the problem was. it doesn't look like really anything's worth making there, so no profit. They are removing the enchanted crests from enchanters. Don't know if they're removing the existing ones, but I know the new ones will be purchasable through a vendor. So that'll be a bit of a drop for enchanters there, but I think it's going to really streamline the process of making gear moving forward. And I think it might have been Cass that brought that to my attention, so thank you. It took a little while for me to find something that kind of proved it, just because I don't want to tell people something and then be wrong. But that official blue note has come out where Blizzard has confirmed it. So your source there was right, Cass. Just seeing if any of these are worth doing. Oh, it's slim pickings today, guys, on these patron orders. Sometimes you get some good ones. Like, I'm going to make this one, it's a profit loss, but to get that knowledge point, trying to fully spec out my ability to, hopefully that makes that wire that's going, and I'll just show you my specializations. I'm hoping to fully spec out some of these. So I've done cloaks because people ask for cloaks the most often, I think, in terms of the public orders. And I'm working on wrists next. So you can see here I've actually got some and I can fill it. But I'm just trying to fill these as much as possible. I think the next one could potentially be boots. I have seen actually a lot on hats, but more in the accessories than anything. Like, people want the chef's hat and the enchanter's hat in the accessories. And there's a gardening hat there too. So maybe I'll prioritize that one next, because I can see potentially people wanting upgrades there with the new season coming through. So jealous of all of these people that have these mounts. I'm spewing that I missed it. It's a bit of a bummer. It is what it is. Suppose I can use other people's mounts. Alright, so we've finished just the easy ways to make gold, and I haven't made too much today. I've made 11,000, which isn't terrible, and there's another almost 3,000 coming from my enchant that I sold earlier. Just realizing in my backpack there's a couple of things I didn't list back on the auction house, and we'll do that. I just might quickly do the follower dungeon just once or twice. I've had a lot of people asking how to use the macro. People have really been having a hard time with it, so I might just do it quickly now and explain how that macro works for all of those people. I do think it's worth doing this follower dungeon again, just with the cost of cloth going back up, and I just might quickly show you before we queue for that. The cost, these bolts are going back up. The cost of them is starting to be almost, it's definitely making it worth considering going back to doing this farm again. I know for a while there it dropped and it wasn't making hopefully that wasn't too loud for you guys. I'm going to move the microphone a little bit closer. You'll get to hear my frantic tapping, so sorry about that in advance. I suppose that's one of the downsides of getting a good microphone, is now you can hear my mouse clicking and when I use the keyboard, so sorry about that in advance. So with the follower dungeon, and I'm just going to go into macros, I'm using this macro here, and I'm going to leave it up on the screen for a minute for anybody who wants to copy it down. Afterwards, if you'd rather, you can just post a comment and I'll copy and paste it in there for you. But this macro leaves the dungeon and then re-queues you for it. And the way to skip the loading screen, and you can see I've got the macro here, the way to skip the loading screen is to double jump as you click it. And it takes a bit to figure out, but basically as you click it, you should be jumping. And just double jump is a good way to make sure it works. So just for anybody who has any questions about that, that's how it works essentially. Sorry, that was just my wife asking if I wanted coffee, and the obvious answer is yes, I want coffee. I always need coffee. It's annoying how these, can you see how these are disappearing? I didn't get to loot them and they're just, that's really frustrating how that happens. They're just disappearing before I even got to loot them. So I lost a bunch there. I don't know what that's about, but I've noticed in between the transitions, so if they die here, you can lose them. But also in the next room, if they die in between the pillars, like in that line, they can disappear before you get to loot them, and that's incredibly frustrating. Especially because you only get so many runs of this before you're locked out. So you can see how I clicked the macro and then I did a double jump, and it said that you cannot do that while falling. That's how I screen. I didn't skip the loading screen. I got booted out after all of that. It was a very good demonstration. All right, let's take 2. So usually when I make my videos, I go through and I edit out all of these super fun fails. Oh, thank you, comments. I had no idea I had stream chat disabled, and I didn't know, and I will go and figure that out now. So there will be like a brief interim where I go fight with the YouTube stream thing. That would explain why I can't find it. So I'll be back in a minute while I try to figure out why it's not letting people comment. I have no idea why, but for some reason it has selected my stream as made for kids. So let's go and play with that and see if it enables comments. All right, so hopefully the chat is on. I hope. I have no idea if this is working or not. So thank you so much to comments for finding me on WoW and telling me that that wasn't working, because you can tell I'm clueless. It's almost a sad level of clueless. So thank you so much for taking pity on me there. If you can comment, let me know in the comments, like chat in the comments stream, and just let me know if that's working. Thank you. Sorry to anybody who's been locked out while I accidentally had that setting on. I'm not sure how that even happened, to be honest. It just must be a default setting. Yeah, yes, it's working. Thanks, Mark. I'm not sure if comments is still in here. I'm not sure what your username is, but thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you taking the time to log in and find me and send me that message. All right, so we're going to try the follower dungeon once more, and we'll see if that, if I can make it work this time, because hopefully I'll be less distracted. We'll see if I can make it work this time. All right, so So we're in here. Hopefully we don't lose half the loot this time, because it's really frustrating when that happens. Is that happening to anybody else, or is that like a uniquely me problem? Says I won't be distracted, is trying to view the comments on the iPad, but I don't think it's working. Alright, so we didn't lose any of the loot this time. Hooray! Alright, and you just click the macro and double jump. And it re-queues you, and you skip the loading screen. You do still have to do the loading screen on the way into the dungeon. Thanks, Mark. So, oh, okay, that's good to know. So, apparently we need to refresh our YouTube streams to see the comments, which might be why I'm not seeing them. I see now. Thank you. I need this kind of guidance. Can you tell? So, thank you, Mark, for doing that. That's super helpful. And I can see the chats now. So the iPad thing is working. Hooray! All right, so that's awesome. Thank you. All right, so we'll just do this for a little bit. I mean, you guys probably don't want to watch me run the follower dungeon too much, but it's a real nice way to kind of break up some of the gold making strategies that I do. This is pretty simple and it doesn't take a lot of brain power, and it is making more gold at present. I'm keeping all of the gold level parts, so I'm keeping all of the bolts, but the gold level cloths, I'm keeping those as well, and I'm listing everything else on the auction house just to make some gold in between. I missed that. That disappeared without me getting to loot it as well. I wonder if it's an add-on that's doing that, or if it's just the area. Hello, Hitchin. Alright, so I think there is a slight delay between what I'm doing here and what you guys are getting. So if it sounds like I'm delay replying to your comments, it's because it's got a delay on the stream. I'm trying to keep up to date with it as much as possible. I really appreciate you guys dropping in and saying hi. Alright, so if you can hear that quiet lurking in the background, that's my wife. She's appeared with my coffee. Hooray, coffee! Thank you. Oh, okay. Alright, so I'll fix that. Hang on. Thank you. It's going to boot me out of the instance in 2 seconds, so we'll change the settings after that. Like if I disable the sound, is that just going to be boring for you guys not having any sound? Sorry guys, it just keeps going, doesn't it? We'll just try and turn the, I don't even know which setting it is in particular. We'll just try to turn everything pretty close. We'll just turn it off. How does that sound with all of the volume off? Is that just not, do you want the sound as well in the background? I know the dungeon queue is too loud, and that was obviously not desirable, but I mean in general, do we want me to try and fiddle with it so there is some sort of sound that is not me in the background? Hopefully that's better. So I've turned off the sound. Let me know if you want me to fiddle with it so we've got background music or something. I'm not sure how this is on your end. I've got all the volume turned off on mine. Like it is running on my iPad, but the volume's off so you guys don't get an echo. So how long have you been here for? If you're here in the video at the moment, how long have you been watching this channel for? Are you new here or have you been here for a little bit? Oh, okay. We are here to listen to you. That's nice. Okay, awesome. So we're just going to run this follower dungeon one more time and make sure you guys aren't getting blasted with sounds that are ridiculous. Not sure why that queue is taking so long. That never happens. It might be a sign that it is time to stop running that dungeon. So we'll just leave. I'll show you what's going on in my bank, what I'm storing in there. And you've probably noticed already the prices on the auction house have really gone up a fair bit in most categories recently. Like everything is more expensive. So I've been stockpiling in here. It's kind of almost an unbelievable amount of gold that I've spent doing this. So I'll just add these things that we've collected today. Like I said, I'm keeping all of the bolts because I use a lot of those for those patron orders, and I'd rather use the grey ones. The bronze ones. I also use those for making the accessory gear and the pioneer gear to maximize the amount of gold I'm making on it. That's awesome, Mark. So you've been here for a little bit and you like to see how people make gold, and you play on Bath. So you don't play on an oceanic server. You're just kind of, I'm not sure what Bath is. Can you explain that to me? So my brain is just really not up to date with all of the terms. So what we've got here is just a stash, essentially, of all of my things, and I'll just press shift so you guys can see what kind of gold outlay we're talking here. So it's almost, I don't know, there's got to be close to 500,000, if not 1 million gold in here. So some of these things, they're not too expensive to buy a lot of. I buy a lot of these crystalline powder when they're below 1 gold because I use them a lot for my enchanting, and they can fluctuate to as much as 5 gold. Oh, yes, okay, awesome. So it is an oceanic server. See, I know so little. So, yeah, that's really awesome. So the stuff you're watching here is really applicable to your server. That's really great to know. So I've got lots of tinderboxes, and that's just because I'm using them for enchants. I've stopped the tinderbox flip for the moment. If you were watching those videos, it was really a fantastic way to make gold for a little bit there. I made, I don't know, probably 300,000, almost 500,000 gold just on that tinderbox flip before it got nerfed. I'm stockpiling on this storm charged leather just for season 2. I think that the charged armor kit will do well, and that's also why I have the Gloom Fathom hide here. I think it will do pretty well for just initially anyway. So I think that there's a bit of gold to make here. These are a bit of a gamble, the Burning Cinder Beast Arte and the Bottled Storm. They don't cost a lot to buy, and my hope is that, and I could be wrong, my hope is that they would add the Bottled Storm as a shatter for enchanters to be able to get the buff. I don't know if they will, and I haven't seen anything on it, but it wasn't too much of a risk to buy them and see. And the Burning Cinder Beast Arte was a hope that they would add it to a cooking recipe. So you never know, I guess, but yeah. Just realized I've been calling that a satay and it's a satay. That's fine. Might be a little bit hungry, who knows. So does anybody have any preference for what we kind of do today? Like, is there something in particular you wanted me to do, or you just want me to kind of plod along and talk to you about what I'm doing as I'm doing it? Sorry, just enjoying my coffee. It's pretty awesome. All right, so I'm just having a look and seeing if I need to update any of if I need to put any more Pioneer gear on. And it looks like I'm missing the chef's hat for the accessories. So I'll go make that and put it on. I need to make some fishing caps as well. They don't sell for a lot of gold, but they sell every day and they're really easy to make and they don't cost a lot of gold to make, to be honest. So it's just always worth it. All right, so we'll just go through what I normally do. I'll probably do a delve at the end just because I haven't done one for a bit and I'm very interested to see how that goes now that my computer isn't struggling to run just regular things. So that'll be fun. I think I said I needed the chef's hat and a fishing one maybe. Usually I mark them as favorites and put them up in my favorites so I remember what I have to make, but I don't know, just today I just didn't do that. So we'll just make them, we'll see. Whoops, helps if I get on my mount. So I'm thinking about doing some mount farms. There are a couple of mounts that I don't have yet. Why is it telling me I need to list this at 100 gold? Like, the item level there is different. Just check that. If you guys are running Auctionator, make sure you're checking that, because it would have me list this and undercut myself for 50 gold less, and that's just not right. So I'm thinking about doing some mount farms, just the current content mount farms. I think there are 3. Just as a way to break up some of my gold making just in between things. So let me know if that's something you'd be interested in watching. I mean, I could always do them as part of the live stream, I guess, if that's a thing you're interested in. I honestly have no idea how well these live streams are going to go. So we'll just go and do some dirt pile collecting, because I'll spend a couple of minutes doing that. I know it's not overly exciting stuff, but it's just kind of, I enjoy that. And then we might go and look at a delve in that area maybe. That loading screen, it's taken a long time. I even upgraded my internet plan before I did this, because I thought maybe my internet plan was the reason that WoW was having so much trouble. It wasn't. It was it getting stuck on itself that was the problem, and the computer setting fixed that. But it has improved my gameplay. Ooh, war cache. Hang on, let's go grab that. See, squirrel brain in action, and we're in Australia. We don't even have squirrels, so. I don't know, what's an Australian animal that's skitsy? Quokkas always seem like they've had a bit too much to smoke. What's a skitsy Australian animal? Does anybody know one? Alright, we're gonna get this box. Hopefully it's got something good in it. Alright, so don't forget the conquest and the bloody tokens are being reset. There's a bunch of other things, and I've made a video on that. It's coming out. They're being reset. I'm going to change my flying because I'm going to make myself feel unwell if I'm flying around on the sky riding and looking for the dirt piles. So make sure you spend those things. A drop bear. Yes, I can imagine a drop bear would be skitsy. So don't forget to spend those things. I like it, drop bear. I don't think a kangaroo would go under the skitsy category. Like, it's just, you definitely don't want to play with a kangaroo, but I wouldn't categorize it as skitsy. A drop bear seems skitsy. I mean, we've got a lot of lizards, but. So we're just going to get some dirt piles. I'm here in Spiderland, and I'm going to continue to call it Spiderland because that's what they should have called it. I'm going to make a petition for Blizzard to rename it Spiderland. So I have the Titan Disc Fragment quest. You can just see there. These little piles of dirt count towards that when you pick them up. I'm stocking up on the globs of wax. I know there's a risk that in Season 2 they won't be worth Valor at the moment. I'm keeping them at the moment in hopes of turning them in for Valor at the beginning of Season 2. I don't think they're going to remove the globs of wax. I don't think there's a risk of that. I think that would remove a pretty important storyline from the kobolds. So even if they remove the Valor, I've still got the gold making potential of the globs of wax, and I've had a bit of a play with that recently, and the most profitable way is still to hand those in for the waxy box of coins. It gets you almost 2,000 gold, and the other things are making, like, when you pick the other boxes, they're making between 700 and 1,000 gold, so it's really not worth the other boxes. If you need a specific type of material, get the coins and then use the coins to buy the material. You'll get more out of your gold that way. So I am keeping these waxy globs for Season 2 in hopes that I can get a good start there in terms of Valor and upgrading my gear, just to help with other things. Like I do raids with my guild sometimes, and I've started mythics, although I am very good at standing in the stuff. You guys have probably noticed if you've watched my delve videos and seen the struggle of me trying to get that delve amount. I mean, I've got it now, you can see it. So I did manage to not stand in the stuff, but it's not a thing I'm naturally gifted at. So I don't know how long we're going to do this for. I just normally do this for about 15-20 minutes and then go and do something else. I don't know. So I don't know, is anybody feeling something in particular? I know it was mentioned that I should just go and do whatever I would normally do. I'm not sure how engaging that would be for you guys. I'm not used to having to talk while I do it either, so there could be some rambling going on. I'm not used to having to think about what I'm doing as I'm doing it. Normally I just edit the video later and make it interesting, or try to anyway. I suppose there's no guarantees I'm making it interesting, but the attempt is there. Oh, I probably could have avoided those. So my item level's not unbelievably high. I'm fairly well geared out, and you know, I don't play Shadow Priest very well. Normally I do things as Disc Priest. I've only just swapped over to Shadow Priest in the last few months for gold farming, essentially. I haven't even tried like a group dungeon or anything on it. Oh look, enraged chickens. This is like the best mob you can get out of it, I think. I love the enraged chickens. It's so random. Like, what are the chickens even doing here? And why are they mad? So you can see here, we've picked up quite a bit, just making sure. It says it didn't. I had a suspicion that something didn't work there. Alright, so now that we have all the loot. So you can see here, I have picked up a couple of things. And like they're gonna sell for a decent price. We've been doing this for like maybe 10 minutes. These sell alright as well. I just sell them as I get them, but I think that there is the potential that the value of them could go up, at least in the initial with the raid release. I don't know how much by, because there's probably alchemists that can make better health potions. Hello, Preston. There's probably alchemists that can make better potions than the ones I'm picking up. I honestly have no idea. I don't have an alchemist. Let me know. Yeah, Priest is my favorite class. I did play a Hunter for a while. Oh, I'm standing in all this stuff. Look at that. I told you, I'm just gifted that way. I did play a Hunter for a little while. I called it Tab Targeter, you know, to appropriately warn the people I'm in dungeons with. My first ever character was a rogue, but that was way back in Cataclysm. And I really enjoyed a rogue then. But it's just, I found I wasn't doing very well at it damage-wise. It's just not gifted that way, I guess. I like Disc Priest. It's my favorite way to play is a Disc Priest. It gives all the interest in healing because it's really complicated in terms of, I think, in terms of dynamics. It keeps you really engaged in the game, keeping everybody alive, but the Disc Priest adds the element of doing damage when there's not much healing to do, and I think that that's fun. Don't think it's going to take very long to finish this quest. I mean, the delves would do it faster, and I should just go and do the delve because I haven't done my first one for this week. because, you know, the whole being booted and unable to play WoW thing. So I might go and do the delve next, just because the undercoins, which are another thing that's being removed, so make sure, well, reset. I don't know if they're being removed, but they're definitely being reset. So make sure you've gone and spent those. But I might go do the delve for the Cypher quest. I think I actually have a delve quest that I've been ignoring. So could probably 2 birds with 1 stone there. Alright, let's go see. What delves do we have on offer? I only like to do the bountiful ones. That looks like a fun map error. Alright, so what have we got here? Pretty sure I've got a delve where I'm supposed to... I don't know. It was lit up for this one the other day. Well, maybe the quest reset. Let's have a look. Delves. Alright, so none of the ones are bountiful, it would seem. Maybe that's the issue I'm seeing here with that quest. I don't want to do a not bountiful, essentially. I might go give this one a go. I mean, there's a chance it's got counting. I mean, might have Nerubians in it, right? Tell me if I'm wrong. Let me know before I get there. If you know I'm wrong, let me know, because you know, I just fumble through life. That's how I do everything. I make a kind of a decision to go do something and then just fumble in that direction until it works. And that's worked in most cases for me. So yeah, a lot of my success in life is based on having no idea what I'm doing and then fumbling through it anyway. So let me know. I'm on my way to the spiral weave. Let me know if you don't think it's going to count, or if you'd rather me go do something else. I mean, I'm not going to be the fastest. I think it's probably going to take me about 20 minutes to go do that delve. I could wait out the front if anybody wants to do the delve together and then have gloating rights at the end for how much faster they did it than I did. So yeah. Enlighten, if you're watching this video, I'm not going to reply to your chat because you have top secret information about personal life details, and I don't want to open that chat just in case you've got things in there. Don't necessarily want to share. Spoiler alert, he knows my name. Alright, so let's just fly over. I mean, it would have gone faster if I'd swapped into the dragon flying, but I guess we won't be doing it that way now. We've committed to this long, slow fly. Sorry, guys. Now would be a good time to go and make a coffee, I guess. I've got one. I forget how slow this flying is. It's really good for collecting the dirt piles because, you know, you don't zoom past them. It helps with... I get some motion sickness sometimes and it helps with that, but when getting from place to place, you kind of get used to how fast the dragon flying is. Alright, so we're going to do this. Does anybody want me to wait? Does anybody want to run this, or should I just go? I'll give it a minute because I know there's a delay between what I say and you guys hearing it. All right, let's go for it. So we're going to do this, hopefully it doesn't take too long. We're going to do this basically to get the Cypher quest and for the undercoin key, the undercoins. I think there's, even if I don't end up selling them, even if I just end up stashing them in my Regent bank, I think that'll be really helpful for Season 2 gold making, but we'll see. So this is going to be fun. I think that's the best one for not getting... Nah, dragged me right through them in the aggro counts. Alright, let's go for it. Probably should have had like my potions or something. These are just the ones I got from Dark Moon Fair while fishing. So I just use those in my delves and my farms just to make it a little bit faster. So as you can see, my gameplay isn't all that glamorous. Some of those videos make it seem like I achieve a whole lot in a very short time span. Sometimes I do, but usually I have like an hour worth of content that I compress into a 10-minute video for you guys. So I suppose it's a good look at what the raw videos look like before I go through and actually do all of the editing. Just wanted to say a quick thanks to everybody who subscribed to my channel. I finally made it to monetized, and that wouldn't be possible without people saying it. Oh, hi Citrus. Are you in the chat? So basically, I hope you're in the chat. Just let me know and I'll talk you through the answer if you are. I'm terrible at typing while playing, so hopefully Citrus is in the chat. Citeris? Oh, I'm so bad at this. You'd think as an author I would do better. I really don't though. Like everybody who tells you have to have really good spelling to be an author, they're lying. So all right, we'll pick this up. So hi Dexter. That sounds like fun. I think I actually somebody gave me those glasses and they're really awesome. Like they look really fantastic. So you got did you get them off a World Bus or you're trying to get a transmog set, is that correct? So if Ceterius is on, just for anybody who else is having trouble with it, the recipe. Yeah. Oh, so you're looking for the recipe so you can make it. I've heard you can make a lot of gold off those sunglasses. They sell for about 2,000 gold a set of sunglasses, and I would totally pay that. They're pretty awesome. I actually think I can show them here for anybody who's interested. There they are. For anybody who's interested. Look at how great these are. Hang on. They're just fantastic. So yeah, hopefully you have fun with that. I'm sure you'll make a fair bit of gold with that. Like I would have paid for it. Somebody did give it to me, but I would have paid for it. It's just a really awesome thing to have. So just with my, I had troubles with WoW, and I've had some people just ask. So the first problem was the NVIDIA update. And it needed to update or nothing was working. So that wasn't my problem, but somebody else was having a problem the same time as me. And that solved it for them. So check to make sure NVIDIA is updated. And then the thing that happened was I have a gaming laptop, and that gaming laptop, it is a Lenovo. Gaming laptop had a setting to improve gameplay. Basically, it would improve the networking or the bandwidth for the game. Any games that were played on the gaming laptop, and that was, long story short, not improving gaming. So when I switched that off, and it was just in the I think Lenovo app or something like that, I just switched it off and all of my problems were solved. I'd tried everything before that, running the repair on WoW, turning it, everything off, turning off my security protections just to see if they were blocking it. And after all of that, it turns out it was a gaming setting on my gaming laptop that was supposed to improve gaming, but was not. So hopefully that helps you. I'm so happy for you, Dexter. Like, you must feel so great with that being over. I know how I felt when I finally finished the Delver mount. Like, it was starting to feel like it was never going to end. And I was like ready to quit on a couple of occasions, I think. So it feels really good Oh, that was nice to be able to skip all of that. Feels really good to be able to have it over with. So we need these little thingies, which I've probably been running past because I've been spending more time talking than paying attention to what I'm doing here, you know, in true me fashion, unable to do more than one thing at a time. So we'll just fix this mess I've put myself in here, and then we'll go around and we'll collect these little boxes. See if we can finish this delve. So I have started to hotkey some of my buttons. I don't know if people have noticed. I'm doing less clicky. I don't know if it's improved my gameplay. I don't think it's not improved it. I don't know if it's made a difference. It does make for, like, I think, lazier gameplay. At least on my end, that's what it feels like. I don't have to move my hand as much, which I don't know if that's better or worse, to be honest. I mean, it could help. I haven't got any of these set up on my healer when I'm as a disc priest, just because it's hard. I think I have one of them hotkeyed to my mouse, but I think the reaction time for that is too important to accidentally bugger it up by pressing the wrong button. So we'll pick up this little bonus and this treasure box. I always forget to look for these, to be honest. So I don't know how exciting this is for you guys, me doing a delve, but it has been nice having a chat with you. So thanks for the people who jumped in and joined in the conversation. It's usually, at least from my point of view, it's kind of hard as a creator because it feels like while I get to engage with you in the comments, there's a bit of a barrier between us having a genuine conversation, and it's quite limited to text. So it is good to be able to answer you this way, being able to reply to your questions in the chat box. I might try to do one of these streams a month if people are interested in that, one of these live streams a month where I can just sit, we'll go through some gold stuff that I'm doing and have a bit of a chat and see, you know, if anybody has any questions or just want to, I guess, spend some time together getting to know one another. Guess I should probably stop standing in the webs because it keeps summoning these spiders, and I obviously haven't got all my boxes to open this door. I didn't say this was going to be graceful. Alright, so we've stopped standing in all the webs, and I'll just deal with this and we'll try to be more graceful. I maybe should have picked a different one. This feels like it's got the Nerubians in it though, so this better count towards my quest. Sorry for the guild chat there. I can't control what's going on in there, so sorry if anybody is not enjoying the content there. I'm not sure how to blur it. I'm not sure if it makes a difference anyway. I mean, it is a guild full of Aussies, and they are going to do Aussie things like insult one another in a friendly way, because that's just how we roll. So just so you know, they mean it in a friendly way, even if it doesn't come across as such. So I think we're gonna have to deal with this elite, which I was really hoping to not do, but that's fine. I feel like that web shouldn't antagonize everything as you fly through, but I suppose it is. That sort of guild chat is normal. I'm glad, especially on an Aussie server. I'm not sure about other. I did used to play on American servers before, back early, a long time ago, before Australians really had their own server. So yeah, I'm not sure what other guild chats are like. I just assumed it was an Aussie thing to have that kind of friendly but also crude banter. I quite enjoy it as an Australian. I find it enjoyable, but I can see how other people might not. Alright, let's make this thing our minion. Let's dominate it. Alright, let's pick up this box. It's the last box. I wonder if it can come along with me as I jump to things. I didn't think about how it would block my ability to see. Let's see, can we click things? Click it. Its horns are in the way. Oh, we did it. It worked. All right. Oh, and it came with me. Oh, And I still aggroed all of those monsters in my natural, graceful way. Alright, so I don't know how long we'll be able to keep this guy for before it becomes too hard to keep him. The Dominate Mind is really good, but it's keeping on top of it is really annoying because sometimes you're in key moments and you can't stop to re-minion it. How loud is my keyboard clicking? Is it okay, or is it really frustrating for you guys? Should I try and move the microphone further away, or is it fine? So we need these boxes. Should be able to click through these minions. I mean, as a hunter, your pet doesn't get in the way like this. I did go and dominate the thing that was the biggest. My main is a priest. Yeah. I'm glad it's not just me. So, see if we can close this. The little love heart is exactly under your message there, Mark, and I can't see the very last letter, but I'm assuming you're saying something along the lines of you use this and the Dominate Mind, and having to reuse it is difficult mid-fight. I'm going to assume that that's the love heart is covering the word happen. So yeah, I'm glad it's not just me. I wasn't sure if it was my I'm not the best. I used to do very well as a disc priest. Like I used to do quite a lot raid wise, and I used to run with some pretty big raiding things at the time and run my own groups, and I used to be very good at it, but I don't know, since becoming a parent I'm like perpetually tired. My brain just doesn't work as well as it used to. Alright, so we've got to blow up these boxes, upset that guy. This is not going as bad as it could, I guess, with me talking as much as I'm talking. I'm not as distracted as I could be. Hopeful that if anybody else messages me, that'll come up. I've never had this many tabs open before, but I don't want to close it on anybody. So we'll just keep fighting here. And if you do message me and I can't see it, let me know and I'll have a bit of a look. Yeah, there is... what delve is that? There is one. This guy's pretty overpowered as well. Like if you can get him, the problem is if, like just now, he hits you pretty hard if you miss it. But it does make it go a lot faster having some of these. If you can pick up the elites. There's also one in the Nightfall Sanctum. One of the elites in there does an unbelievable amount of damage. It's good to pick up too. I wish I had a longer time frame, but I suppose that would make it overpowered. I don't like how it covers my buttons. So you can see here, when the Dominate Mind comes up, these cover my buttons and I can't see the cooldowns on them. It's not too critical, but it's not the best thing. It's quite frustrating. It could be because I've shrunk my bars to make them smaller. Like I made these little buttons smaller just to improve the recording for you guys so you can see more of the screen and less of my buttons. But I haven't been able to find a way to move this bar, the little attack bar for your Dominate Mind minion. Oh, yep, see, there, missed it again. I suppose at least I haven't died. I probably just jinxed it, but at least I haven't died so far, so, you know, that's alright. Usually I run these without dying, but I don't usually talk while I'm doing it. Oh, I'm definitely going to go into edit mode and move that bar. Do I have to have the monster on me to do it? Because I don't want it to maul me while I'm trying to find the setting. I'm totally doing this instead of editing my book, and this is so much more fun. I don't enjoy editing. So thanks for helping me procrastinate, guys. Real team spirit there. All right, so we've got to trash that, and can we reach all the way over there? It's really hard to see through my bug. It should be like clickable, like you should be able to click through it. All right. So we're gonna get mauled by a bunch of spiders because there doesn't seem to be a way to jump this web without jumping straight into one. So the little, I haven't picked up any of those mislaid. Seeing that first one there has reminded me I've not done it. So, oh, I might finally die after saying that I haven't managed to die yet. So let's see what happens here. The cipher quest at the end is really good. I haven't picked up any maps for a while. The maps you get when Zekar dive bombs you, when Zek dive bombs you in the middle of a raid. I'm not in the middle of a raid, in the middle of a dungeon. Oh my goodness, delve. See, normally I would cut that out so you guys don't see me fumble with my words that way, so sorry in advance. Normally, yeah, it dive bombs you in the middle of a delve, and I'm not sure if he's no longer doing that because I defeated him in his delve for the achievement. If anybody's finished the achievement for the mount, can you let me know, have you seen Zek in a delve since you've defeated him? Like, have you been able to get the maps? Oh, I'm standing in the webs. Looks like we won't be getting that. All right. This guy's really annoying with how big he is. Let's hope they kill each other. Colossals. Oh, I'm standing in the stuff. In true me fashion, standing in the stuff. Oh, now they're both mauling me. Which one was mine? I don't remember. I suppose it doesn't matter. So hopefully they do a lot of damage to one another and I can kill it off because I'm tired of trying to click through it. It's kind of taking up my whole screen. It's really helpful because it does a lot of damage, but it's just not practical in terms of being able to see around it, what you're doing. And it's gonna maul me again in 7 seconds, so. And Bran has healed it. Thanks, Bran. That's not fun. I suppose we'll go back to having it as a minion because I don't really want to start from scratch there. Oh, that's different. Okay. Target too close. Well, that sounds like fun. Let's see if we can float down. No. Alright. Can't do that either. Going at it the hard way. What are we supposed to do on the raptors? I don't know. Just for funsies, I guess. I killed him at level 1 difficulty and still appears in some delves. Well, that's good to know. I did it. I had, Hallowed helped me actually, which was really good because you guys see me fumble through this. I'm not exactly graceful. And I haven't seen him since I killed it, so it could just be that I've had bad spawn luck and not that killing it removes your chance to get it. But yeah, normally in one of these delves I would have it, so it's weird that I haven't had it for a bit. It's a shame because making sure I'm not accidentally doing this to the boss, because the extra box gives some pretty good gear. And there's also the undercoin bonus, but yeah, you get much better gear out of the map box than you do. It's even comparable to the vault, I think. Whoops, supposed to run. It's a good thing I'm a priest and I've got all of these healing buttons for when I'm not paying enough attention. Maybe that's why I like a priest, to discreetly cover up on my I stood in all of the stuff. Yeah, I did kill him on question mark difficulty. Yeah. Do you think that makes a difference? Whoops, I'm standing in the things again. Side bonus of being distracted. Alright, so here's hoping I don't die. Start avoiding the stuff. Go and use the potions. This kind of self-motivational talk is a requirement in my life. Alright, so we're running away from the big spikes because they hurt. And we're actually remembering to use all of our buttons now. So this is a good starting point. Here comes that big monster. It's always at the worst times that you have to use the dominate mind again. It's pros and cons for this button, it really is. Alright, looks like we did it, but we still have these bugs to deal with. So that's fun. I thought they would just poof, but no. Or I did it with hallowed, so, or at least I'm pretty sure I did on question mark. I'll have a look at the achievement in a second and show you. I'm pretty sure that was the setting, so we're just going to get mauled by this. Hang on. All right, let's go get the treasure. You can do it with a group. And so I did it with somebody. Hallowed helped me. I don't know if he's watching this or not, but Hallowed helped me to do it. So you don't have to solo him. There is an achievement for soloing him, but it's not a requirement for the mount. You just have to defeat him. So there's my cipher. Oops, I'm going to turn that in for gold. Get the rest of my treasures. This guy really is in the way. Wonder if one of these buttons can make it go stand somewhere else. Move to over there. Oh, that's helpful. Look at that. Look at what happens when I go and pay attention to what the buttons do. So there's still time to get the mount if it's the last thing you have left. Oh, okay. I wonder if that means I can get the pet now. See, look, distracted, mid-conversation, distracted. I'm gonna blame my ADD. All right, so we can't actually, somebody said that you can click this and leave delve, but it doesn't work when you've got one of these little minions kind of strapped to you. So I still have to use this to escape it, if it will let me click it. Yeah, no, you don't need the solo achieve to get the mount. I don't have the solo achieve. I'll show you. I don't have the solo achieve at all. Glory of the Delver. So you can see here Nemesis. I defeated him, but I don't actually, if I can go back into, oh, it's a feat of strength. I didn't realize that. So if I can go back into delves, there's a let me, unless the let me solo him is a feat of strength. Well, it's not showing me it. There is an achievement for soloing him, but I definitely don't have it. I just have the defeat him Nemesis, so you don't have to do it as a solo. You can do it as a group. So there might even be groups if you were to check in the group chat. In pre-made groups, you might be able to find somebody who's running it, or you can make your own. There's probably a lot of people who want this mount before you lose the chance to get it. Bugger. I was so excited by that box that I didn't pay attention to the monsters I just ran into. So that might miss my ability, but we'll see. We'll see if we can still get the box. You think I'd be more aware. I'm just really not. Like, you think my spatial awareness would be higher. All right. Oh, it's all the way over there. So we're going to have to put on the zoomy flying and hope for our best. So it's not in pets. It's in skywriting. It's the only downside to Pathfinder. Having to switch when you need that speed. And I'm just going to... Oh, I think I've missed it. Oh, no, there it is. All right, let's see if we can make it. We have a long way to go. What do you think, guys? Will I make it? Can I do it? Oh, the stress is on. It's still there. Usually it disappears pretty quickly. The zoomy flying does have its perks. No, bugger, I missed it, but just. Sigh. Oh wow, can't win them all. Alright, we'll go back to Dawn and we'll hand in the cipher quest and we'll pick up some goodies. The Ivory Goliaths. I already have the little boat. I'm not sure how I got that. I know it's something to do with delves. At least I'm pretty sure it's the boat we're talking about. So I was talking about the Ivory Mount, the one I've been flying around on. And yeah, see, I already got that. I'm not exactly sure what I did to get that. If you can remember, let me know. No, I was talking about this one. You don't need the solo achievement to get it. You just need to kill it. Alright. Forgot I had that flying on. Let's go get some gold. So we're going to get some undercoins and remember to spend those. I don't know when the reset is happening. I just know it's happening before season 2. It might happen on Wednesday with the reset, but it might also happen on the 28th. What day is that actually? What day is the 28th? Can't open the calendar because the time panel's in the way. The 28th is when the new pre-patch, the new pre-season comes out. So it might happen then, but I do suspect it's happening sometime this week. Oh, well there you go. That's how I got it, the story quest. Yeah, I have the Ivory Mount. Yeah, the Goliaths. Which one were you after? Is there another mount for soloing it? Alright, so I have 1,700 of these. I can buy 3 of those. If I go and do another delve, I'm not going to do it today, I don't feel up for it. But if I go and do another delve, I might be able to spend those without them getting wiped. Oh, okay, so there's a whole separate mount for soloing him. Yeah, I don't know if I've got that, that ability. You've seen me. I'm very, very good at standing in this stuff. And when you do it on your own, just even in a group, fighting Zek, there's lots of stuff everywhere, all over the place. So I don't know if I could actually fight him and kill it and stay out of the stuff. I just don't know if I've got that ability. So we've opened that delve bag. We made 6,000 gold-ish. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what we got out of that. I'm going to go put all of this in my Regent Bank to hold on for it, just because that will make me more gold later when I turn them into enchants and things. I'm not having to buy that, but also if the prices spike, I might consider it because I don't think the prices will spike a huge, like for a long time. Alright, so I'm just going to put these in here. Keep the gold one. And I'll go sell all of this other stuff we got while digging up our little piles. We haven't made too much. I mean, we made 11,000 gold, and like I said just there, we had 6,000 or 7,000 gold from the delve that I'm not listing on the auction house. I'm just going to hold on to it for enchants and things. Yeah, it was hard. It was not easy as a group. And like that just could be because I'm very good at standing in all this stuff, but it's not an easy achievement. I suppose that's deliberate. It definitely gives bragging rights though. I'm really impressed whenever somebody says they soloed him. I think I had a commenter at one point tell me they'd soloed him, and that's really, really awesome. Like, I just so impressed. I should have kept that one in my bank. So impressed that people can do it. I would just list all of this. It's not too much. It's not a terrible amount of gold to make. just for kind of a casual, no idea what I'm doing sort of day, which is what this has been. It's been a lot of just bumming around, really. So, yeah, we'll have a quick look in here. The counselling tells us how much we've sold. So we've already sold 1,000 gold of... Yeah, it would be really hard. I think I did that as a group, that version. I don't know, but I definitely didn't solo it. So going to make a fair bit of gold today, and I could have made another 6,000 on top of what I did make. I made 14,000, and there's some stuff selling that I haven't got out of the mailbox yet. So it did pretty well in terms of just bumming around. It's not insane amounts of gold, but it is all mostly raw gold. There was that one auction in the middle that was from an enchant, and that's done all right. It's not 100% profit the way the delve is, or the collecting stuff, like the dirt piles and that. But making this much every day is still 427,000 gold a month, and that is still paying for your subscription. And this was really casual. Like, I just did this buggering around, really, talking to you guys. I did some delves, I picked up some dirt piles. Like, it really wasn't all that impressive. We'll just have a quick look at the WoW token. Here it is. So what we've done today is paying for a WoW token almost twice. So definitely, yeah, I hit 1 million gold, thank you. I got actually past it. I was at about 1,300 at one point, and then I stocked up in my Regent Bank, and I showed you that at the beginning of the live stream. You might not have been here. I'm not sure if you can rewatch this or not. I've never done a live stream before, so I have no idea how it works, but I've been stocking up on lots of stuff in preparation for season 2. I've probably spent 500,000, if not close to 1 million gold, putting stuff in that bank there, ready for the ability to capitalize on it, either to sell them as raw materials or to make the enchants with. Not even the concentration. The concentration, it's so cheap in my region. Well, you know, as an Australian, we've got other problems in terms of our money. So, you know, this being our one win is nice. So, you know, the housing market is a scary thing to look at, but that's fine. Our gold token is really, it's nice. It was really high for a little bit there. It was almost 400,000 for a little bit around Christmas. It's good that you can go back and rewatch it. Thank you for confirming that, Mark. So definitely paying for the subscription this way. In different regions, it does seem like it fluctuates. So Dead Life, you said that it's really cheap. How much is it in your region? Is the 470,000 gold by doing what I just did today going to cover it, or do you need more than that? Because I just have no idea how much it is in other realms. 370. Wow. Well, it's not great, but it's not unmanageable either. Like I've got a couple of things that, and I perhaps will think of that when I do the next stream. Put in like a solid gold effort for you guys to see kind of how you can do it. I don't know if the prices of other things are any different on your server. Like if we were to go look at the bolts of cloth as an example, 35 gold for a silver weaver cloth bolt. Is the prices dramatically different there, or like are you competing with those kinds of prices but also the inflated price? Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it really can. Are you doing the first and second room, or just the first one with that follower dungeon, the follower dungeon farm? Are you doing the first and second room, or are you just running the first room? That follower dungeon is how I paid for my first subscription too. So that's nice. It's just not the most engaging way to gold farm. Just the first room. Yeah. I know people are saying you make more money with the second one, and you might, but it takes much longer. And I think 200. Okay, so it really is quite diversified, isn't it? The prices for the tokens, 289. I already forgot what mine was, 240. We'll go back and check. I already forgot. It really is, it doesn't seem to have a standard. I suppose it really depends on what the demand is for on your server. Perhaps the demand on mine is a bit lower, 278. Yeah, so wow, you guys have it rough. Your token is more expensive than ours, but the value of your materials is a bit lower. So that's rough. It's good that they're finding that farm is still paying for it in its entirety. And it makes last I ran it all the way through, I think I ended up with a little over 15,000 gold doing that first room until lockout. And that would certainly pay for it. I just like to have diversity in what I'm doing gold farm wise. Yeah, I kind of went off the... it took me a minute to read your comment just because that love heart is in the way. Like, yeah, there's not a way to move it. It's in a really bad spot on my chat thing here. Yeah, the gold farm is, like I said, it's not the most engaging thing, and it's easy to get disheartened by it when the prices of it are going down. And that just doesn't feel great. So, but the prices do seem to be going up. Oh, wow, that's nice. So the time walking skips, can you explain that to somebody who has no idea, like me, what that means? Is that like a carry, or is that, what is that? It must be so good to have so much of your subscription paid for. I've got a bit of mine done. Like I'm well out of the stress range with mine. And I'm finding that I'm enjoying the way I'm doing it. Like it's a really low pressure sort of way. I know some people are like, you really have to be heavily invested in the market and spend hours and hours playing, but I don't think you do. I've spent longer on today than I normally would, but that's because I'm chatting with you guys about it as we're here. Just looking to see if there were any orders. There aren't. They've really dropped off recently, the public orders. There's not been a lot of them, and I guess people are kind of waiting. Most people are probably geared up as much as they can be. And I imagine most people are just waiting for the next season to start so they can start getting those better tokens. Just have a quick look and see if any of these changed in terms of profit. Might need to go make some more cloaks. See what I mean about how these sell? They sell really well. They're not making a lot of gold. The Scouts March, I think I've got that in my bag actually. They're not making a lot of gold, but they are making steady gold, and it's like, put it on there and walk away. Should just type it instead of, yes, I do have it. So that's nice. So, huh. That's awesome. And everybody gets loot, or? So yeah, so I can see how that would work really well, the time walking skips. I've not done it. You've probably seen that, like I've said lots of times, I'm very good at not being aware of my surroundings. So it's really good that that's worked really well for you, and people pay for those the ability to get in there and do that time walking skip. That would be really awesome. I can see how there would be a lot of demand for it, especially right now, with some of those things potentially being phased out with season 2. So that's really awesome. There you go, Dead Life. Are you doing it for gold, or are you doing it for real money? The skips. Oh, that's super nice of you. I bet you get some nice tips. I imagine some people are very happy getting the heroic piece in their mount. it's good that you're running it for free and you're still making enough to pay for 4 months of subscription. Like, that must feel really, really very awesome, having that there. It's a good backup too, like, because you can always potentially do that with next season too. Like, there will be options there for next season at the end, I guess. Wow, did that person get a mount or something really good? Like, what made them that happy? Yeah, I'm missing some mounts as well. That's really awesome. I'm super happy for you. Alright, so I think I don't have much else to do today. I mean, I've got to make that pioneer cloth. If anybody's got anything in particular they want me, the pioneer cloak, if anybody's got anything in particular they want me to talk about or do, just while I'm here, I do have to eventually go do my editing. I can't avoid it forever. Oh, okay. So that would really streamline it. If you just were, are you doing this with pugs running to the boss at the end and then leaving the group, or are you doing this like with a group, like a dedicated group where you all leave and then go and offer the boss run? In any case, it sounds like a fun way to be doing it. Oh, you were doing it with pugs. Were you finding that was driving you nuts? I suppose towards the end of the season, you're probably getting more people who know what they're doing than not. That's really awesome. I never thought of that as a way to make some gold. I could potentially try it. I don't know how good my server is for wanting things like that, but it's a good option for people who are looking for other ways to make gold. I know some people prefer the ability to do the dungeons and the raids. I know some people have expressed concern that I must be really bored doing the gold farming. I'm really not. I'm really very quite happy doing it, but I can see how some people might not feel that way. So it's really good that you've shared that option there for some people who are potentially looking for ways to make gold. They're a bit different. And if you're okay with it, I wouldn't mind making a video where I fail my way through it and share it with people. But it's totally cool if you don't want a bunch of other people jumping on that bandwagon. Let's have a look. Pre-made groups. I don't know if people can see the comments I'm replying to as I'm replying to them, hopefully, because this would be really confusing for people because I'm answering your comments as they pop up. So we'll have a look at the pre-made groups. It's probably under dungeons, right? Let's type in skips. Maybe I'm in the wrong one. Firelands? The raid, do you mean? No, legacy. Yeah, look, they are doing the skips. I'll probably have to switch to healer. Let's see if we can sign up and get in. Let's see how this goes. Let's see if we can look at it from the other end of the yeah, thank you. I really needed that. The raids legacy. I don't know. My brain is just not the fastest thing in the world sometimes. So we'll sign up for this. It looks like that group might be full though, so we might not get in. We'll sign up and we'll have a little look and see if we can get in there, and see if we can get anything. No, I had no idea either. I only appear to have the one on mine. Maybe it's not listed as skips. Maybe I need to have a look at Firelands. Yeah, here, skip hills. There are loads of them. I had no idea. Wow. Do people want me to jump into one of these and see what that looks like, or is that a thing you want to explore on your own? Should probably swap back into healer. So we'll jump in. Hopefully we get brain melting. Hopefully we get a summon. So we'll see if we can get in here. Oh, well, at the moment I'm just joining a group. We'll see if we can, like, I suppose you could get banned from it, but look, these people, I've just told them I'm a noob. All right, so we've queued for this. We'll see how it goes. You'll get to watch me stand in all of the stuff, and I haven't played a discipline priest for a little bit here, so hopefully this isn't too awful. So you can see, I imagine it's not very much different from joining a raid group, just a regular raid group for current content things at the final boss. So surely it's not. There is a quest here, Bridget. I think you were asking. There is a quest here to do it. So we'll just jump in. I'll hop on a mount. We'll run down. I have run Firelands just solo, as you run through it and you just annihilate everything. I suppose you can't at the moment because they've probably buffed everything up to be max level. But you can do this when it's not a time walking. Oh, this is fun. And not working. Alright. Maybe because I'm mounted? What is my problem here? Why is this failing? No, it is not going to happen. Oh, it is. I'm just, oh my god. Let's all pretend that didn't happen. Like, oh look, and there is another quest as well for the time walking raid bosses and dungeons. So this would be a really quick way to blast through this, I guess. Yeah, so I have, somebody did share the quest, which is awesome. So I have two quests for this, the one from the beginning and the weekly quest. I can see how you would get tips for this. Like, if I got the mount from this, I would be incredibly happy. And obviously having just 1 million gold just in my bag, I'm not going to be sad giving you some of that. Once, oh right, not on my Shadow Priest. Once I gave somebody a 2,000 gold tip just for opening a couple of lock boxes, and that really confused the bejeebers out of them, just because I was really happy to finally have them open and out of my bag. So I can see how some people would give good tips. All right, why is this blocked? Can't get through. Wonder if we can heal them. We can't heal them through. Oh well, guess we're locked on this side, unable to keep people alive. Hopefully there are more healers on that side. There we go. All right. Oh look, all of my mouse overs are still working. That's nice. Okay, well that's good to know. So you wouldn't recommend trying to do this for the Cataclysm raids like we're doing now, as somebody trying to sell it. Is that because most people already have those mounts because we had the ability to solo it already, or? Okay, that's good to know. Alright, so hopefully I don't kill everybody trying to talk to you guys. Maybe we'll see me get a mount. I don't know, I don't have the mount for this one. I didn't think that this one had the mount. I thought it was the bird boss that had the mount in this. Suppose it's still going to count towards that quest though, so it's not the saddest thing in the world. Oh, okay, so that'll be fun. All right. So we'll get to see whether or not pug groups are the way to go with this, or if it's just painful. I'm sure it's very successful to people, because I never did this. Like I said, I did Cataclysm, but I did, when I was doing Cataclysm, I was mostly focused on the dragon boss. Can't remember his name now. Deathwing. Did a lot of Deathwing when I was playing Cata. And because the rogue quest kept sending you in there for, I think it was legendaries or something like that, I ended up doing a lot of Deathwing. Oh, that'll be fun. So here's hoping. I don't know, do you guys think we'll get through this and one-shot it, or are we going to, because I've not done this fight and I can't be the only one in here who hasn't done this with the mechanics actually able to hurt me. So, I don't know, let's have a vote. Do you think we can do this in one go, or are we in for a sad wipe? Should maybe food buff. I don't know how much of a difference it's going to make. Dodge the hammer. Don't let ads get to the hammer. Okay. Sounds good. Run away from stuff. Don't touch the hammer. Keep monsters away from the hammer. Thanks for that. I really needed that. I need that kind of guidance. Alright. So we'll put this where I can click it, just to drive some people nuts when they watch this later, watch me click things instead of having them hotkeyed. Alright, so here's hoping we get something cool out of this, or that somebody does, and we can see somebody get a big win out of this. And thanks Deadlife for sharing this. I think I'll run some of these, because this seems like fun. I know you said that you were concerned that you could get banned from it, but I don't know if it's really any different from just joining a regular raid at the end. I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't be viewed as different. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't understand everything that goes on in this game, but I don't see how logically that it's very different. Alright, so if we make it past the second hammer, we're most likely to have won. It's good to know. I haven't played a Disc Priest for a while now, so hopefully I'm not the reason we all die. So, sorry in advance if you're in this group and listening to this, if I kill us all. So, I know that's exactly the kind of confidence you want from a healer. Oh, yeah, hosting them, I can see. I suppose if you're doing lots of them, but I suppose you still have to go through the raid to get there. Like, you're still putting the work in. I don't know. I suppose it depends on whether or not you're spamming chat with it or something. I can see how people might report that and get annoyed. You might get flagged for that, maybe. I don't know. Oh, shit, I pulled the boss. My bad. Mouse over attack. Alright. Here's hoping I don't kill everyone. Sorry about that, guys. And sorry for swearing. Yeah, I can imagine that if you're not pushing for it. I think the way you're doing it is really good because people don't feel pressured into it, and then you'd probably get some really happy customers that way. Some people who are very happy about getting the mount or a piece of gear or something. Alright, so I'm assuming these are going to make those ads. They are. And we can't let them get to the hammer. Alright, so more things then, I guess. With my very little Discipline Priest DPS. Still counts. Still good, still good. Well, this isn't going as bad as it could be for me having pulled the boss without the tanks being ready. Alright, probably not going to do as much talking through this as I maybe could. just because mechanics. There's lots of stuff to not stand in. Oh, okay, we're all dead. So we did wipe. Well, not quite a wipe, but it's gonna wipe. All right, so big ring of fire on the ground, bad. Yeah, I think we need to. So it was a fantastic wipe. All right, let's repair. We'll give this one more go, and if it doesn't work, we'll drop out. Yeah, I think they were. So do they just come out in a big ring, like a close ring and then a far away ring? So you run away far and then you come in close afterwards? Is that how you avoid that mechanic? Yeah. Okay. Does it always happen in that order? The close one and then the far away one? Okay, so just pay attention then. Alrighty. Let's see if we can give this one more go and get it. I suppose this is a look at what this is like on the participants end. Do you find that you get many wipes? I suppose you wouldn't run this as one that you're trying to get some money for because of that raid wipe mechanic there. What ones would you look for as somebody who runs this? So something that doesn't have a raid wipe mechanic. The closer they are to you. All right, so give them lots of space. Don't lick the seeds. Got it. Well, mentally I have it, but let's see if I can actually action that. All right, run from one side to the other. That sounds fun. Suppose we'll get another food buff going. I'll try not to pull the boss this time. Let's see if we can do a better job of it with the healer not pulling the boss. If people in this group end up in a raid with me in the future, they're going to be like, oh no. Oops, okay, we're going. Hang on. I was reading instead of watching, so. Well, that's good to know. Oh, straight in the lava. Oh, I didn't automatically die. How do I get out of the lava? This is fun. Oh, I'm dead now. Okay. Well, you can see here that if you end up in a raid with me, you should panic. We can't even really watch the mechanics from up here. Yeah, I can see how people might not tip if it's looking like they're going to have to really struggle to get through it. I think people want easy, which is probably why they're joining this anyway to begin with. Well, this is a fun view. I don't know if many people get a view of in the lava the way we currently do. It seems like they're winning. We'll just chill here for a minute and see what happens. I don't know if they can battle res me from the platform. I wouldn't battle res me, to be honest. Like, first I pulled the boss and then I somehow fell in the lava. So that seems like a really unique skill set you don't want in a raid. I can see how this isn't going so well. But those other bosses without the raid wipe mechanics, I think they would do very well. So we're just going to leave the group because I'm probably not helping too much here. Yeah, so we'll leave the group. I might have a look at more of those in the future, and maybe give it a go when I can give it my full concentration, because as a healer I probably shouldn't be talking at the same time as trying to keep everybody alive. But yeah, I wouldn't mind doing a video on this just to give those people who prefer the raid and dungeon aspect of the game as an option. Like, I know some people don't enjoy the actual gathering part of it or the professions part of it. So that could be really helpful. And I'll do a little bit of research as well independently where I kill less raid groups because I'm able to give it my full concentration. So thank you so much for sharing that. Does anybody else have anything they'd like me to look at just while we're here before we finish up for the day? Switch back into shadow. On the bright side, if you accidentally have healing checked when you click into the follower dungeons, it forcibly changes your spec into the healing one, which is a thing I discovered just the other day, so that was fun. It doesn't do it if you join like a raid group though. Like, it should forcibly change your spec, I think, because sometimes I forget. Alright, I think we're going to end it here because I don't have much more I can really talk about in this stream. Thanks for those people who popped in and stuck around, and those people, especially the people who helped me out in the beginning when I obviously had no idea what was going on and I couldn't make the microphone work, and then I accidentally had the chat turned off. So thank you to everyone who made this possible. You guys are amazing. I'm going to log off for the day and stop this stream, so hopefully that runs smoothly. But thanks to everyone, and I hope you found something helpful, and as always, remember, girls don't play WoW.